For over a century, the Panama Canal has stood as the backbone of global maritime trade, a marvel of engineering that forever changed the way goods move around the world. By connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, it transformed international commerce, shrinking continents, and making once impossible trade routes routine. Its massive locks, powered by millions of gallons of fresh water from Gatun Lake, have enabled thousands of ships to bypass the perilous journey around Cape Horn, saving weeks of travel and countless lives. The canal's reliability has allowed businesses to build intricate, just-in-time supply chains, making it a critical choke point for the world's largest economies. Every year, over 12,000 vessels, carrying everything from cars to coffee, depend on this narrow waterway. But this vital lifeline is now under unprecedented threat, facing challenges that its original builders could scarcely have imagined. The canal's operation depends on heavy, reliable rainfall to replenish its lakes, but climate change is disrupting this delicate balance, bringing unpredictable weather and longer dry seasons. Severe droughts have exposed the canal's vulnerability, as water scarcity threatens its very function. Ships are forced to lighten their loads, and delays ripple through global supply chains. Billions have been invested in expansion projects and innovative water-saving technologies. But these measures are struggling to keep pace with a rapidly changing climate and growing demand for passage. The world can no longer take the canal's smooth operation for granted. Delays and bottlenecks are becoming more common, threatening the flow of goods and the stability of global markets. As water shortages loom and uncertainty grows, nations and corporations are urgently searching for alternatives to this century-old artery, knowing that the future of global trade may depend on what happens next in Panama. In 2023, the Panama Canal's vulnerability erupted into a full-blown crisis. A historic drought caused Gatun Lake's water levels to plunge to unprecedented lows, revealing the canal's dependency on a stable climate. The Panama Canal Authority was forced to slash daily transit slots, triggering a massive maritime traffic jam. Over 200 ships queued at the canal's entrances, waiting days or even weeks to pass through. Shipping costs soared dramatically, and the number of transits dropped by nearly 30% in a single year. This sent shockwaves through global supply chains, affecting industries worldwide. Companies faced tough choices: either pay exorbitant fees to jump the queue, or reroute ships on much longer, costlier journeys around Cape Horn or through the Suez Canal. The crisis exposed the fragility of a global trade system reliant on a single, climate-sensitive waterway. The Panama Canal, once a symbol of engineering marvel, now seemed like a bottleneck. The drought was not a one-off event, but a stark warning that the canal's operational model may be unsustainable in an increasingly volatile climate. Suddenly, finding a reliable alternative became an urgent necessity for global trade. The world could no longer afford to put all its eggs in one basket. As the world watched the canal falter, the search for a new route intensified. Engineers and policymakers scrambled to find solutions. The stage was set for a rival to emerge. New projects and proposals began to surface, each vying to become the next crucial artery of global trade. The world's economic arteries were about to be redrawn, signaling a new era in global shipping and trade. In response to Panama's struggles, Mexico unveiled the Interoceanic Corridor, a $50 billion land bridge across its narrowest point. Instead of a canal, this project modernizes a 300-kilometer railway linking Salina Cruz on the Pacific to Coatzacoalcos on the Gulf of Mexico. The plan moved containers by train between two expanded ports, bypassing Panama's water woes entirely. Upgraded highways, new industrial parks, and world-class port facilities are all part of the vision. Unlike the canal, the corridor's capacity depends on rail and port efficiency, not rainfall. The journey by rail could take just hours, offering a faster, more flexible option for time-sensitive cargo. Construction is accelerating, with trial runs expected by late 2024 or early 2025. If successful, Mexico's corridor could fundamentally reshape trade between Asia and the Americas. The Interoceanic Corridor replaces a water journey with a high-speed land transfer. Ships dock at modernized ports, where containers are swiftly unloaded onto freight trains. These trains race across the isthmus to the opposite coast, where cargo is reloaded onto waiting ships. Both ports are being expanded to handle the world's largest vessels, with automated cranes and digital systems slashing turnaround times. The double-tracked railway ensures a constant, reliable flow of goods. The corridor's biggest advantage: it's immune to drought, offering resilience as climate change intensifies. While double-handling containers adds complexity and cost, the speed and reliability could outweigh these challenges, especially as canal delays worsen. The corridor's success hinges on flawless logistics and seamless integration. If it delivers, it could become the new gold standard for transoceanic shipping. China's involvement is supercharging Mexico's interoceanic corridor. Chinese companies are providing investment and expertise, linking the project to China's Belt and Road Initiative. For China, the corridor offers a faster, more secure route for exports to the U.S. East Coast, reducing reliance on the Panama Canal. This deepens China's economic influence in Latin America, raising concerns in Washington. For Mexico, the partnership brings jobs and development, but also geopolitical balancing between the U.S. and China. The corridor's success will depend on both operational efficiency and Mexico's ability to navigate these global rivalries. The stakes are as much about power as they are about trade. Meanwhile, Nicaragua has revived its dream of a transoceanic canal, announcing a new 445-kilometer waterway in late 2024. The plan involves Chinese investment and a route through Lake Solotlan, aiming to rival Panama and Mexico. But skepticism abounds. The project faces astronomical costs, political instability, and massive environmental risks. The shadow of a failed previous attempt looms large, with doubts about financing, transparency, and local opposition. Without clear funding and international support, the Nicaraguan canal may remain an ambitious vision rather than a reality. For now, Mexico's land bridge is moving faster and attracting more global attention. The race for a new transoceanic route is heating up, but not all contenders are equal. The Panama Canal crisis has sparked a wave of alternative ideas worldwide. Colombia is exploring a futuristic maglev tunnel to shuttle containers coast to coast in minutes. Though costs and complexity make it a distant prospect, the U.S. already uses its own land bridge. Freight rail, from West Coast ports to the east. But it's slower and more expensive than an all-water route. Climate change is also opening the Northwest Passage in the Arctic, offering a shorter seasonal route between Asia and Europe. But the Arctic remains hazardous, with unpredictable ice, few ports, and high environmental risks. For now, these alternatives are niche or futuristic, unable to fully replace the canal. The world's focus remains on Central America, where the most immediate solutions are taking shape. The competition for the future of global shipping is just beginning. Global shipping stands at a crossroads as the Panama Canal's dominance is challenged like never before. For over a century, this engineering marvel has been the lifeblood of international trade, connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans and enabling the flow of goods across continents. But today, shifting economic realities and climate pressures are forcing the industry to rethink its reliance on a single route. Mexico's interoceanic corridor is emerging as the most credible rival, promising speed, resilience, and a new era of competition. This ambitious rail and port network aims to offer shippers a reliable alternative, bypassing the bottlenecks and delays that have plagued the canal in recent years. But success isn't guaranteed. Logistical hurdles and geopolitical tensions loom large. Infrastructure upgrades, security concerns, and the need for international cooperation all present significant challenges that must be overcome for these new routes to thrive. Nicaragua's canal remains a distant dream, while other routes serve niche roles. Political instability and environmental concerns have stalled progress, leaving the region's grandest visions unrealized for now. The era of relying on a single choke point is ending. Diversification and resilience are now the priorities. Shipping companies are exploring multiple pathways, seeking to minimize risk and ensure the steady movement of goods even in times of crisis. The Panama Canal will fight to stay relevant, but it may become just one option among many. Investments in modernization and efficiency will be crucial if it hopes to maintain its place in the global supply chain. This new competition could lower costs, boost efficiency, and make global trade more adaptable. As new players enter the scene, shippers will have more choices, driving innovation and flexibility across the industry. The rise of alternatives marks a profound transformation in how the world moves its goods. Automation, digital tracking, and sustainable practices are reshaping the logistics landscape, making it smarter and more responsive than ever before. The race is on, and the outcome will shape the future of maritime shipping for decades to come. As the world adapts, the choices made today will determine how efficiently and sustainably we connect markets tomorrow.